there is makeup and then there is Chanel. There is always something very unique, very elegant about this brand, which makes me, and I know for a fact, every one of you to come back to this brand. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Nikki and today I will show you how I got this look right here with some of my favorite Chanel products. Without any further ado, let's get into my video. I'm going in today with the Chanel Le Beige collection, and people either like the water fresh tint or the Le Beige, especially for this summer season. My favorite is the Sublimage essence, but if you will exclude the skincare benefits from the Sublimage, the finish is very similar to this one right here. So today I have two shades with me, 41 and 53. BD41, which is a warmer shade, and BO53, which has olive undertone. So this is BD41 and this is BO53. BO53, is just a point. Actually, I can go away with both the shades. I am warm with a little tint of olive in my undertone. My closest match in Chanel is BD41. I always go for BD41. Let me go ahead with BD41. I'm taking around a pump on my hand and I will go with my fingers today first, and then I will go ahead with the brush. The texture is so silky and it gives you, medium to buildable coverage. One pump will give you a very nice medium coverage, but you can always go ahead and build it up if you require. Something happened here. I think I scratched it, or just before I sat down to shoot, I have this red mark here. It's very difficult to choose your favorite in Chanel foundations. They all have beautiful skin-like finish. I just don't like that complexion touch. I don't know, it looks like a mask. Apart from that, all other foundations are a chef kiss in Chanel. Really, once you go to Chanel, you can never come back, especially in the complexion products. Whatever is left on my brush, I'm taking on my brow bones just for cancelling the darkness. The finish, amazing. And I used one pump for my whole face. So this gives you very natural coverage. You can always build it up, but I think I am good like this. For the concealer today, I am using the Chanel Serum Concealer, which they have recently launched, and I am in the shade, what is the shade? I think B31. B30, the shade is B30. And it has, the ceramic applicator, which is very cooling when you apply it. Perfect for the season. And it is a very, barely there concealer. If you are looking for something which can give you coverage and which can, hide your imperfections around your eyes, then this is not something you should go for. You can either go for Sublimage, or they have this Ultra Lutton Concealer, which has little bit of drier finish, but it has high coverage. But for the natural finish, and especially with this foundation and with the water fresh tint, I love this concealer. And it's so cooling. It's like you keep on applying it, right? I'm taking the same foundation brush which I used earlier and just dab it. We have very mixed reviews about this concealer, the Serum Concealer. Some people loved it who don't have much imperfections around their eyes, and some people who need coverage, they absolutely hated this one. But it's in the Le Beige collection for the summer. So yeah, I think before I, ordered it, I knew what kind of coverage I am going for with this one. The whole line is like barely there, skin-like finish makeup. So you cannot expect much from this one. But see the coverage. It's so natural and yet light reflecting. And if you are looking for a brightening under eye concealer, you have to go a shade up. If you generally use B30, you can go for B20 in this one. It runs a shade darker than all other concealers. I will show you in a bit what I mean. I always, turn too close to my camera. I try not to, but out of habit, because I shoot on my phone, my iPhone. Concealer in B30. This is the shade, right? And this is the Ultra Lutton Concealer in the same shade, and you can see the difference. It's the Chantecaille concealer in the cream. which is very similar to the Ultra Ton concealer. They have very similar finish. The B30 of the serum concealer turns a tad bit darker than all other concealers, so you have to always go a shade lighter if you are planning to buy it. For the blush today, I'm using Chanel Cream to Powder blushes in this two shades right here. One is a cooler shade called Rose Ardent, and other is more peachy, warmer shade called Rose Radiant. This is Rose Radiant, which I think I was checking all my blushes in the morning today, and I saw like I always gravitate towards these kind of peachy pink color for my cheeks. And this one is very mauvey, cooler tone pink shade, Rose Ardent. So I think I will go with Rose Radiant as usual. This formula from Chanel is very modern, you know. It's a cream product with little bit of sheen to it, but as you apply it, you will see it will transform into a very blurry powder. I mean, very blurry and sheen powder. It's blurry and it's sheen at the same time, which is not the combination you will generally get. Either it's blurry and matte, or it's very radiant and sheen, and but you know, you can see all the textures. But yeah, this is a very unique formula and very modern formula, and very not Chanel kind of formula. So I am going first on the higher part of my cheeks to give a lift to my face. I think I'm happy right now with the amount of color I have on my cheeks. Anything more than that would be not Chanel. Another iconic product from Chanel is this Healthy Glow Bronzing Cream. I have the shade Soleil Tan Bronze. For my skin tone, I can definitely go with a shade darker than this one, but this is something so natural on my skin. I will show you. I'm just applying it where my blush ends, up until my hairline with this one. And this is like a barely there bronzer, and on the center of my nose as well, just to, you know, have that cohesive look. And whatever is left on my brush, I'm going over my eyelids. Before going in with anything else, I want to set my under eyes. So first I'm making sure there are no creases. Although it's such a lightweight concealer, it's water-like finish, you won't have any coverage, but you won't have any creases as well with this one. So I'm taking my Chanel Natural Finish Loose Powder in the shade B30 and going ahead in this corner of my eyes, especially in this inner corners. I'm just, you know, kind of mattifying this area of my face. Another iconic and a beautiful product from Chanel is this Balm Essential. It's in the shade Pearlescent. You can apply it with a brush, but I think the best way to apply it is with your fingers. You need to warm up the product a little bit, your fingers, before going in on the high points of your cheek. And one thing with this product is a little goes a long way. I just, you know, melt a little bit of product onto my fingers, and I have applied on both my cheeks here, and you can see like how beautiful it is. And this is something which you can apply everywhere, like on your eyelids. Ooh, beautiful on eyes, like nothing on your eyes, and just this. Oh wow, it's so gorgeous on the eyes. It's like my eyelids are luminous without even wearing anything. Oh, I'm obsessed. This is the first time I have tried it on my eyes, and it's amazing. For my eyes, I'm using this Chanel Stylo Waterproof Eyeliner in the shade Espresso. This is a beautiful coffee brown kind of a shade, and I'm only using it on the tip of my lashes, and I'm also going on my lower lash line today. I think after a long time, I haven't applied anything on my lower lash line in a while. And now I have this eyeshadow, like one and done eyeshadow from Chanel. It's Ombre Essential in the shade 236 Brune Talpa. This is how this shade looks. It's very satin finish. It has a sheen all over the shade, and it is kind of a grayish beige shade. Let me show you. So this is how the shade looks. It's very gray, but it has very kind of a beigey, little bit mauvey tint to it. I'm starting out with my inner corners, kind of getting a gradient finish. And I have this new mascara from Chanel. It's The bristles are so tiny that if you will look at it, it feels like it will not do much to your lashes, but it separates each and every lash and gives you a very feathery look. Again, you know, it's very Chanel, which makes you look beautiful without going overboard or too much of glam effect. I think that's enough for today's look. Can you see how spidery my eyelashes are looking with this? And it is so tiny, like you will think it will not do much. Now coming to lips, Chanel has so many formulations, iconic formulations, but whenever I want to invest in Chanel, I will always go with these ones. They are the iconic Chanel lipsticks. And why? Because once you apply it, they don't budge throughout the day. And so I'm using the Sensual Rose. See how pigmented this is. But how I will apply this one is I just apply it to the center of my face, smudge it out towards the corners so it will not look that opaque. And then you can I forgot about the shade, how pigmented it is. I'm liking it for a change.